And the statistic shows that it takes a woman 9 tries before she leaves an abusive relationship. And many times in Guyana, she dies before that 9th try at the hands of her abuser. And this is partly, and what contributes to it is the social and cultural norms that exist in our communities.
Attorney-at-Law Anaradha Persaud during Tuesday's panel discussion on domestic violence in Guyana. The forum, which was held at the Guyana Women's Leadership Institute at Kovan John in the east coast of Damara, is the first in a series of panel discussions expected to be hosted by the Ministry of Human Services as part of the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence observance. While it has been found that women generally stay in abusive relationships for a myriad of reasons, including fear, financial constraints, their children, and damaged self-worth, Persaud opined that in Guyana's context, most women stay in abusive situations because of family expectations and fear of discrimination.
What this person can say, what your neighbor can say, what this auntie can say. Even in other situations outside of abuse, our society tends to judge one another. You know, they talk, this one call up this one, they say X, Y, and Z, and it makes you feel ashamed of your situation.
The prevalence of domestic violence in Guyana is undeniable, since more than half of Guyana's female population have reported having experienced some form of domestic abuse. The University of Guyana found that the incidence of domestic violence by an intimate or previous intimate partner in Guyana rose from 74.8% in 2011 to 89% in 2017, with more than 80% of the victims being female. However, it is believed this figure only represents a small fraction of the women who were victims of abuse. Further, it was recently revealed by the acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Janet Cummins, that there are in excess of 3,000 gender-based violence cases before the courts so far for this year. On another note, it was relayed that there continues to be a high level of underreporting of domestic violence in Guyana. To this extent, Persaud reminded of the importance of reporting to the police every instance of abuse.
Outside of getting a protection order, you absolutely must report any acts of violence to the police, because it might be the 10th time you now go in and report to the police and the 11th time he kill you, and there's no pattern of events for the prosecutors that may come afterwards to establish that this man was beating you up all the time. There's a big difference between murder and manslaughter, and reporting acts to the police, even if you decide you don't want to pursue it, is important.
The 16 Days of Activism observance commenced on November 25th and will end on December 10. It is being observed under the theme Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. For the HTP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.